Hello everybody, my name is KirbyKraftGames and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today it's going to be a bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be discussing something that I've been trying to figure out for a while. I had a whole script wrote out for it and everything, but lost that. Don't know how. It's just not on my computer anymore. I remember most of what I'm going to talk about in that video, so I'm just going to ad-lib most of it and try to explain what I wanted to do in the best of my ability without the script being in front of me for it. So yeah, let's see how this goes. The video today is going to be discussing what I want to do for what is going to be a Sombra Rework. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean just redoing the entire character, taking her kit and completely changing it up, classify her as something completely different than what she is now, because right now, especially with that permanent invisibility, it's kind of annoying to fight, especially at lower levels when you don't know what you're doing a lot of the time, you know? This sort of makes it a bit hard to fight, hard to adapt, all that stuff. For the most part, I want to have it so that she's still able to do her quote-unquote job effectively, but I want to change what that job is slightly. I still want her to be some sort of disruptor character like she is now, but I want to make it so where she is not sort of like a shark, you know, just ambushing someone or spawn camping some poor soul for an entire match. That's happened to me one too many times, and I have not had fun with it. Before I continue with this video, I just want to say, if you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like. If you don't like it, be sure to leave a dislike. It doesn't matter to me either way. If you do like this content though, be sure to comment down below what you like, or comment down below what you hate, and if you want to, subscribe and ring the bell for more. Now then, with all that out of the way, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of this. First things first, I am changing Sombra from a DPS class hero to a support class hero, and you'll see why as this video progresses. Her primary is going to stay pretty much the exact same. Really good in close range, but really poor in mid to long range combat. Just because I believe every support should have an emergency option if someone gets into their face. It's just some of their support options are a bit more powerful than others. With that out of the way, let's get into her actual abilities. First up, I'm turning stealth back into an actual ability rather than a passive. Reason why is because it should just be a normal ability. Being able to just be permanently invisible outside of combat is a bit strong, even for someone like Sombra. I'm going to have it so that it's back to a resource meter like it was in Overwatch 1 for a good bit of time. I think some Overwatch 2's lifespan? I don't remember much, because I didn't play much DPS during Overwatch. The beginning of Overwatch 2, so it's remembering is a bit hard. Her resource meter while invisible is going to be actively draining so long as she is moving. It will not drain while she's standing still, but it will drain while she's actively moving. She can cancel the ability at any time by activating any of her abilities, any of her other abilities I should say, as well as being able to cancel it if she gets hit by a stray bullet. If something hits her, it automatically will cancel the ability like it does now. The main change is going to be with how it will work once the resource runs out. When the resource meter runs out completely, her invisibility will start recharging, and it'll be on a 15-second penalty. This is only going to be if she is recharging it from when it's fully depleted, or if she gets shot. If she manually cancels it, the cooldown duration will be 5 seconds. 5 seconds for it to recharge, and then she's able to leave. Main reason why I decided to change it so it self-works this way is because of the fact that I wanted to make her disruptive. Most of the abilities and whatnot you're going to be seeing when it comes to their changes is going to try and feed into the fact she is going to be a support character, as well as being able to keep her disruptive power. Similar to like Spy from Team Fortress 2. Being able to just go invisible on a resource meter, hide somewhere, and then disrupt the enemy from the back line. Being able to take out key targets like snipers, or medics and stuff. But I'm not having it so that Sombra is just Spy 2.0. No. The only real thing I'm hoping that is going to make her so that she has like is more similar to Spy than what I want her to be is going to be with how her Invis is going to work. I'm making it similar to like the Cloak and Dagger item. If you play Team Fortress using that, it has a short Invis duration, but it completely stops the Invis drain if you are standing still. Outside of her Invis being similar to the Cloak and Dagger item, I hope that nothing else makes her seem too similar to TF2 Spy. I just wanted to make it that one thing. If not, that's on me. But still. Oh, hold on, I just realized I never did say how long the duration of it would be, did I? So it's going to be on a resource meter, but I never said how long the resource is going to be. Let's say 50 meters. 50 meters of movement. She keeps her bonus movement speed, just toned down some, but 50 meters of travel until it is fully depleted, and it'll recharge at a rate of, say, 3 meters a second. Yeah, that works. On to Sombra's bread and butter. Her hat and her virus. Hack I'm going to have similar to how Mirror Watch has it. She can only use it on her allies. It grants them a small bit of health, and it will grant them over health if they are at full health. One thing I am going to change though is I'm going to have it give a slightly weaker version of the Onanate. Not for long, as long as honest, about a third of the power and for half the duration. Just to grant like a good bit of burst heal, and if the ally she is hacking is out of combat and the passive health regen has started, she can hack them and it quickens the health regen. Now we're on to Virus. Virus I'm changing up slightly. It's going to be more or less how it is now, but instead of the damage over time duration, I almost said DOJ duration. That was not right. I'm going to have it so that the enemy is hacked during that time. What do I mean by hack exactly? Well, I was going to have it so that it would have the ability to lock out that it has now, but I felt like it would be a bit too long. So what I'm going to do is I'll have it so that it locks out the duration for a small period of time, but it also has the chance to invert the enemy's controls. It's going to swap up their controls, confuse them, cause a bit of ruckus. Especially against tanks. Tanks like Reinhardt and Doomfist, once you sort of need to be able to get into the front line in order to provide the pressure they need to, going to be a bit more hindered over the fact that their movements are more or less erratic. Another change the virus I was planning on adding was have it so that it could potentially drain the resource meter for certain heroes. Heroes like Moira, Roadhog, or Diva, if they get hit by the virus, their resource meter will slowly drain for about 3 seconds. Not too crazy much. Say over the course of those 3 seconds, at most 20% of the resource meter will get drained. This is speculation that it can still be cured from, like, say, Kiriko, still get cleansed. So it's just going to be a case where it won't have the full effect unless they just get hit and they have, like, no true form of getting cleansed at that time. Say from, like I said, Kiriko, or if it's Reaper Fade, something like that, they cannot get a form of cleanse. The final change that I'm adding to Virus is that I'm going to have it so that if her virus hits Torbjorn's turret or Yari's healing pylon, it'll do the normal damage over time that it did before. I'm saying before in air quotes because more than likely this change is not going to be ever going to come to the game. But during the duration of the damage over time, it will effectively swap sides. It will either heal you if it's Iari's pylon, or attack the enemies if it's something like Torbjorn's turret. I just wanted to have this particular because if it's a virus, you would think it would cause machinery like that to just go on the fritz. But that's just me talking for the most part. It's, like I said, this is all speculation and whatnot. Before anyone asks, I probably won't be changing Translocator. If I did anything, I would increase the time between when she throws it and when she teleports, just so that it's not as easy for people to track, especially in the higher ranks. If you can track Sombra pretty easily, but if she's going to be a support now, she needs that sort of get out of jail factor. She wants just to get out of a fight if it goes badly for her team. And I probably won't have it immediately pop Invis unless it's over, like, say, 75% of charge. If the cooldown is up, you'll be able to activate Invis immediately, but it will not automatically trigger it by itself unless she has the duration available, if you know what I mean. And last up in Sombra's little bag of tricks, or whatever you want to call it, is her EMP. EMP is going to provide both the hack effect for her allies and the disruption of effect for the enemies, but in a more harsher sort of scale. For allies, it will automatically trigger the regen passive, and it will be uncancelable for 2 seconds unless they are antied. If they got antied before Sombra was able to come in, it won't cleanse it to apply its effect. It's just going to cancel out the effect entirely. But for the enemies, I'm going to have it so that instead of they just lose 40% of their... Was it current health or was it max health? I think it was current. I'm going to have it so that instead of them losing 40% of their current health, it's going to apply the virus effect, the new virus effect, not the old one, but it's going to be cranked up a bit. Say, much higher inverted sensitivity. The ability to lockout duration will be doubled, and in some cases it will drain ult charge. It could drain up to 7% of ult charge, and it can drain up to 99%. But if you already have your full ult, it will not be able to remove that. But it will still alert. Not alert. It'll still alert her allies that, hey, this person has an ult, they should be priority number 1 so they don't get the ult off. Why I decided to do the change for EMP like this is because, especially for a lot of the supports nowadays, it feels like their ultimate is the ultimate trump card for a match. Sure, you got stuff like Diva Bomb or Rhine Shatter, but most of the time, a team fight is turned if, say, Kiriko throws her Consuming Rush on a choke point, or Zenyatta has his Transcendence up when all your team is really low. They just become near immortal. That changes the whole dynamic of a team fight, and I feel like with this EMP change, it sort of brings that same effect, just to a lesser extremity than, say, become near immortal for 12 seconds, or shoot through the little box and your damage is doubled. And with that, that is everything I wanted to do in regards to a Sombra rework. If you liked this video at all, be sure to tell me by leaving a like on this video, commenting what you liked about it, comment what you disliked, or comment what you would do to change what I've proposed here today. I'm open to any suggestions, and what's some other buzzword type stuff I could throw in here at the very end. Oh, subscribe for more. I have a new style of video coming up soon for a game that I have played for a lot longer than Overwatch. And recently I was able to get a account that has nothing on it. I got a brand new account for it, so it's going to be completely new account, complete unique gimmick, because I don't remember seeing anyone doing this gimmick before, but we'll find out. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for more. I should hopefully have the first episode for my new video series up next week. It should be next week if this goes out on a Friday. Yeah. Next week. But yeah, I'll see you there. This has been KirbyKraftGames, and I'm signing off.